like the outfit. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Good morning, Candice. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing great, Adam. How you doing, my love?
Every day is a good day whenever I wake up and work out.
I love it. I
I
love
just want
it.
to say Happy New Year's to you and everyone else.
Happy New Year to you as well. Get that serotonin pumping, huh?
Exactly. Trying to feel more confident within myself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Welcome, welcome, my love. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Facebook people. People on Facebook who were afraid to come in the Zoom just in case I might call them on camera. Y'all can come into the Zoom if you choose to. It would be wonderful. Welcome everybody who is coming into the Zoom, everybody who's coming on the Facebook chat. I see Catherine. Hi, Catherine. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Make sure you have your journal and a pen if possible. If you are sitting somewhere, so, 'cause we're going to be doing an exercise later on today, later on in this session, and maybe a nice cup of tea. I got my Starbucks cup, my big extra big Starbucks cup. Whatever you need to feel present and relaxed. Just welcome in, welcome in. Whatever you need to feel like you are able to just be here for yourself. And I'm glad to have you.
Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. It's time to get up. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. It's time to get up. We're healing, we're dealing, we're growing. Together, releasing. We're teaching, we're moving. Together, we're learning, discerning. We're striving. Together, we're leading, connecting, transforming. Together.
Ooh, the alarm has sounded. It is time to wake up, everybody. Welcome, everybody. Today, we are going to be talking about that weight down, money up kind of love, the practical steps for creating a love life that loves you back. I'm Candice Harper, relationship coach, hypnotherapist, workshop facilitator, and healthy man magnet. And I teach growth-minded BIPOC plus women how to become healthy partner magnets. And so I've been coaching for about 10 years and focusing very heavy in this love game for about 8 years. And early last year, shortly after completing a relationship with someone who, although I see them as divine energy, just was not in alignment with my core values, I met the absolute love of my life. And so it reinforced my knowing that there is a clear and specific way that we as women, we as men, we as any gender in between can stay in our divine energy and create sustainable love in our lives. So, I mean, in fact, as we as people, whatever your gender identity, can take this tool that I'm going to teach today and with committed action, bring forth all that we desire while leaving all the old generational relationship pathologies behind, which is what we want to do. Heal the past, love ourselves unconditionally, and start over from a clean slate, even if we have to do that every damn day until we master it, right? So if you could bring up the slide, John Carl. So So, yes, that is me, licensed and certified hypnotherapist, relationship coach, workshop facilitator, and healthy man magnet. And so you can move to the next slide. So, using what I call the three tenets of compatibility: lifestyle, core values, and physical attraction, I developed a framework for keeping ourselves aligned and accountable when it comes to being a space for what we say we want. It takes alignment and accountability. Our word, as Coach Mika says, our words create worlds, right? So my first question, who would like to come on and share with the community what they think the process of matching, you can put that in the chat, this question, team, what you think the process of matching with an ideal partner should look like. Who would like to come on? Who would like to volunteer to come on and share with the community what it's supposed to look like to match with an ideal partner, or what do you imagine it to look like? What did you want it to look like? Or what do you want it to look like? And if you feel like you've matched with your ideal partner, what did it look like? Who would like to come on and share that? I know people might be shy around this topic. You don't have to be an expert. It's just, whatever you think it might be. Who's coming on? Do we have any volunteers, team? Z, I think you're watching the.
So Sweetness has her hand raised.
Okay. All right, come on up, Sweetness.
Grand Rising.
Grand Rising, my love. How are you?
Extremely grateful. Thank you.
I love it.
So good to see you.
It's good to see you. Well, I can't see you right now, but it's good
Oh,
to
you
hear
can't
you.
see me? What's wrong
Well,
with your eyes, girl?
well, the
So
community can probably see you, but I can only
no,
see. I can only
no,
see
I'm not on
myself.
camera. I'm not on
You're not
camera.
on
I'm
camera?
teasing.
Oh, okay.
I'm
All right,
teasing you.
I got it.
No,
Okay.
so what came up in me while you were speaking was like there's a comfortability that I had with my spouse, and it it was from the beginning, from when I
Mhm.
first met him. So I was I'm being attentive and conscious of bringing things that we had into my today,
Yeah.
right? I don't want to block anyone from coming into my space because I like company, I like companionship, I like intimacy.
Yeah.
And so I was being conscious of, how comfortable we were with each other from the very, very beginning when I first met him, just how that was. And so I don't know if that is regular, or is that something I should not hope for, but that's something that I noticed that was inside of me when I'm
Yeah.
comfortable talking with the person, complimenting them or looking them in the eye, things to that nature. Oh, and then also something really funny on Facebook, they had this picture of kind of like an ape looking man saying, "This is what men look like to women who don't have money," right?
Oh
And so
no.
right. So I mean, but let me tell you, so I'm on this journey where, you don't want to judge people by how they look. And so I'm staring at this photo, right? And
Mm.
trying to get past, if somebody who looked like that was in my space, could I even possibly talk to them? Not even necessarily to have an intimate relationship with, but just to even talk to. So I thought that was very comical, but I put it in my psyche. It's like, do I do that? Like, because my husband, he was easy to look at. And
Got it.
so, you understand what I'm saying. So I'm navigating now because I'm positioning myself to receive companionship, intimacy, and love, and in the prospects of a husband. So yeah, that's what I want to put out there.
So what I'm hearing and extracting from what you're saying is that the process, what you want the process to look like based on what you experienced with your husband, is that it's comfortable, it's a comfortable process, and that you find them physically attractive. Is that accurate?
Oh, I'm glad we're having this conversation. So yes, I would imagine that that is accurate. And
Okay.
yeah, yes.
And there's nothing wrong with it because I don't want like I'm just asking to make sure that I have clarity around it. I mean, I think that's a beautiful thing, right? There's nothing wrong with any of that. That's the process that you want. That's what you want to experience. You enjoyed experiencing it in the past, and that's how we're informed, right? We learn from the past what we do and we don't want.
Right, right.
Now,
Okay.
tell me what your experience has actually been in reality. So, what's happening right now in reality?
Well, that that is my reality. My reality appears to be in dreams. So
Okay.
I don't really have a present reality. So I'm so glad I was awakened to have to be on Zoom today, because I'm just figuring things out. So I'm thinking that you can help me. So I am trying to separate reality from my imagination, my not my yeah my past experience, and what I cling to. I cling to that. Just that happened in the process of the healing. So
Yeah.
right now, I think I um attractful men. I do. But I don't want to have, I shouldn't even say that. So to not be open to someone who's not easy to look at is not something that I want to be known for me. I want to be able to speak to people for the content of their character. Honestly, that's my honest um answer to that. Yeah. and
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 have you been doing that?
no, I'm not. No, what I've been doing, to be honest, and then I'm gonna stop talking because then you're gonna know too much about me. So what I do is I talk to men who are tall. That's what I notice. That I'll say something because I'm open. I'm an open type of person. I feel no way about starting a conversation with a stranger. So, but I notice that I'll talk to men who are tall. I did notice that, and then I look at their shoes. If their shoes or sneakers are raggedy, I have nothing to say. So I'm just gonna say that, and then I'm saying I'm complete. I'm done.
You don't want to tell on yourself too much. I get it. I get it. So thank you for sharing and being brave, Sweetness. So what you still illustrated in the questions that I was asking are based on that we often have an idea of what the process should be. And like I said, a lot of it's informed by the past. So whether it's something that was modeled for us or something that we experienced ourselves, it's either we didn't want it, so we want the opposite, or it was great and we want to experience it again. And so that's normal. It's normal to have this idea of how it's supposed to develop. But what a lot of us are doing is we have this idea of how it's supposed to develop, but what's in our reality, and like you said, you're right now it's in your dreams. What's in our reality is completely different. Either the candy store is closed, we're not in action, or if we are dating, we're not, bringing those things that we believe are supposed to be part of the process. Instead, we're bringing our walls, our self-protection, all the things that kind of keep us at bay from it. So there's a dissonance, right? It's a cognitive dissonance in that what we think it's supposed to look like, or what we think it's supposed to be, our beliefs, our actions, and our experiences have proven to be something vastly different. Our reality in the present is vastly different than what we think it's supposed to be. And that's what a lot of us struggle with when it comes to developing our love lives. You can go to the next slide, John Carl. Here's what I was taught growing up, both purposefully and inadvertently, about what it means to develop a romantic relationship, or what's required, or how to frame it, how to think about it. This is what I grew up and was conditioned into the knowing of. You are destined to be some man's wife. So me and my sisters, that's what we were taught. When I was growing up, I didn't think that there was anything else. That's the sole destination, as a woman. For men, I don't know what they're typically taught as far as their getting married, but from what I know in interaction, often it's, make sure you have sex with as many women as possible. And then eventually when you get ready, you can marry somebody if you want to. But I think often for women, we're taught that's our destination. And it comes from Christianity, it comes from, different spiritual practices and religious practices. And it comes just from tradition and culture, right? There's no encouragement to explore who you are on your own, oftentimes when you're a woman. And it doesn't matter what you want, or if you're straight or gay, or if you just have any other inclinations. The whole point of everything is to marry, right? And this thinking is also the reason why we tend to make ourselves and others wrong for being single or going through a season of single, which we all require a season of single. Another one was look pretty enough and he will pick you. It's a beauty competition. Right? Try to always be the most attractive woman in the room, which a lot of us are taught because this patriarchal construct keeps us competing against each other for the best version of a mate. It's very primal, right? And that was instilled in me. I didn't, no one ever actually said those words, but what was always encouraged was look good, but, be chaste. Look like something that he would want, and then be what he would want. Be perfect for him. I failed at that, by the way. Another one is it should happen naturally, organically, or magically. You should go with all of your chemical and romantic feelings and mate with either the one who wants you or the one that you want that is willing. So that's another thing that was conditioned into me growing up. It's supposed to be this magic thing, and it should be like a romance novel, a rom-com, or a fairy tale, and you'll know the moment that you see your ideal partner. Another one is he must meet either my parents' list of criteria, or, for those of us who have parents who recognize your individuality, that he must meet your criteria. So a lot of us now, women of a certain age, we have our man list, right? And, we have this criteria. And I feel like non-binary men as well, there's this list of criteria, whether you write it down or not. There's in your mind, he's got to have, he's got to be tall, like you were saying, Sweetness. He's got to be good looking. He's got to wear a certain shoe size. He's got to make a certain amount of money, right? That the criteria is going to be the thing. And then here's one of the most insidious things that we often pick up as messages. And you can type in the chat if these are messages that you heard as well, and what messages that you heard, the many myths that you were conditioned into believing. This last one is that our love lives are something that are done to us or for us, rather than something that we create, right? So it's done to us in the sense that sometimes, there's sexual trauma, or people just take liberties, or, for women in particular, men get to choose what happens physically, sexually, and, we are to submit to that. Or we get it's done for us, meaning that, it's going to be bestowed upon us, and, our white knight is going to come, or our, perfect person is going to appear out of the ethers by magic, right? Or I'm at the will of another, or waiting for Cupid's arrow to strike. Like it's this, it's out of my hands kind of energy around it. Catherine says, I am in charge of the sex life, non-negotiable. I got you, Catherine. I hear that. That's a whole nother facilitation. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? Whatever energy dynamic you want to set up with somebody else. But these are just some of the myths that, for me, that's what I picked up as I was growing up. I don't know if we want to share. Z, are you manning the chat to share what the community is saying about what they learned?
So Candice, we have in the chat here, Jacqueline was pretty active here in the chat. The last thing Jacqueline said was, for me, it used to be, he must be college educated.
Okay.
Yeah, and we have a comment from Catherine who says, I am in charge of the sex life.
Yes.
Non-negotiable.
Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, ladies, since you are claiming those as myths, what I'm getting is that those are beliefs that haven't necessarily supported you in creating what you want around your love life. And let me know if either one of you want to come on and share about that. You want to say anything about that?
So you know what? I do want to share about that. So that's been the history, that I was in charge
Yeah.
of that part of the marriage. And also I want to state that I'm labeling myself a wife,
Mm,
right? So I'm not necessarily looking for someone to just have dates with. I am a wife. That's what I label myself, and that I believe that I am.
got
And
it.
that's where I'm comfortable being a wife. I had two husbands in this particular lifetime. So yeah, but as far as the area of sex, I wasn't necessarily taught anything as a child, or growing up adolescent, on how to present myself as
Mm,
far as sex in a marriage. But something similar to what you said is like, get a husband, you'll be good, right?
yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what you need to do, is get a husband. That was insidious, but anyway, yeah. But the sex part, I don't receive the notions of how we are as a culture raised to believe that, the men say what we're going to do and what we're not going to do and when we're going to do it, and it's my duty. I do not ascribe to that kind of thinking.
Yeah.
No, I'm in charge. I'll say, when it's happening and
Yeah.
how it's happening, and I'm comfortable with that. And so, and then, that scene in The Color Purple
Hmm.
where she had said, Mr. Get on top of her and do his business.
Hmm.
Like, I really wanted to throw up, because prior to that, I was not open to that's how it goes down sometimes.
Yeah.
So I'm totally not with that. And with that, I'm complete.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for that, Catherine. So I'm with you. I'm not for anybody getting on top of me doing their business. And I feel like as women, it is good to have that empowerment. But we want to look at I'm in charge and that's it. So it's one extreme or the other. Either it's that if I'm with a man, he wants to be in charge and do his business, or I'm in charge and that's it. So with that framework, how has that shown up in your love life now, and how is that supporting you, that belief?
Oh, there is no love going on over here. Oh, you mean sexually?
Well, sexually, love life, romantically, because it all factors in, right? So
Oh
what is
yeah, I would imagine it does factor in, and I'm waiting for it to manifest. So that hasn't happened in my reality right now. I haven't actually put on the new shoes to go and embrace a man. Since my husband passed and since my healing process.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm ready right now. However, I have not yet had that opportunity to spend quality time with a man.
Got it. I got it.
Yeah, so if you have any brothers, let me know.
I don't, only sisters. But if I come up with any good cousins, I'll definitely let you know. So I love this, Catherine, because what we're pointing at with this conversation is how, while a lot of our beliefs and thoughts are valid in that they protect us from what we don't want to experience, they keep us from, they keep us from what's the word I'm looking for? Putting ourselves in a position of having experienced something that we know we don't want to for whatever reason. Sometimes it's trauma, sometimes it's something we saw with someone else that was modeled for us. For whatever reason, we know we don't want it. So we make up these beliefs, this criteria, this, it's got to be this way. But the other thing that they keep us from is actually experiencing what we truly want, which is that love, that desire, that deep down connection, right? And it's not to say that you can't ever be in charge as a woman during sex. I mean, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that energy or that dynamic. But if my rule is that's the way it's got to be, with that and any other beliefs that I have where those are the hard, fast rules, I got to be willing to say, is this actually supporting me? Is this belief actually working for me when it comes to creating what I want? Am I saying to myself, well, any man who even acts like he's going to be in charge, I can't even talk to him because I know this is the way I feel, right? So this is the thing to explore. This is the thing to be looking at. Thank you so much, Catherine. I appreciate you for coming on camera. Thank you for sharing, my love. All right, so we can go back to the slides. So there are questions. The two questions that might be coming up, you can tell me, is why do we have to create our love life? We can advance to the next slide. And the other question is, how do we actually create a love life that loves us back? With that said, if we have all these thoughts, beliefs, and experiences that are actually standing in the way of having it be in reality, how do we actually create it? If it's not to us, for us, how do we create it? So let's tackle the why first. The why is because we are all responsible for our experience. We are all responsible for our experience. We're not responsible for other people's choices and actions, but we are responsible for our experience. No matter your preferences, your sexual orientation, your gender, our romantic relationships are simply a mirror of the relationship that we have with ourselves. Creating our love life is simply taking responsibility for our own growth, which is what we are here for. And by here, I don't just mean in the woo community, it's what we're here on earth for, is to grow and develop. And the moment we release the notion that our love life is owed or bestowed and realize that it is chosen and created by us, that's when we get to experience our deepest desires. And the how is what I'm about to illustrate for you. How do we do it? And we're going to be doing an exercise with your journals in this next section. So if you could advance to the next slide, John Carl. So these are the practical steps. Practical steps, they're also the titles of the learning modules in my curriculum, in my membership club. So relationship inventory, pattern identification, masterful forgiveness, core value clarity, pussy work, self-parenting, partnership practice, alchemizing singlehood, and an exercise that I've actually done before in the woo space called the love letter. And so today we're going to focus on number 4, core value clarity. And I know when I said pussy work, a lot of ears perked up, but you got to be in the membership in order to do that module. So today we're working on core value clarity, and that's what we're going to focus on. And so the reason I'm calling this session that weight down, money up kind of love is because today we're going to learn how to utilize core value alignment in our dating and mating process and how we develop. And even if you're already in a relationship, core value alignment is very important. It's very important to continue to generate. It's very important to continue to stay in communication around it, because a lot of times relationships break down because core values shift or change and there's not communication. There's not the ability to partner on how we adapt to those changes that happen, and life is change, right? So for me, weight down, money up kind of love is how I identify being with a partner who shares, understands my commitment to health and fitness. And then also financial acumen, right? If I need someone who shares that kind of commitment and prioritizes it, maybe not at the same level, but understands how and why I prioritize it so that they can make room for it. And at this stage in my life, these are core value things that I am committed to aligning with, growing in, and embodying, and perhaps in a way that I never have before, right? So part of the alignment is engaging with my partner in the way he supports my health and fitness, or my financial acumen. And these are also things, the reason that they are core values for me right now is because they're also things that in the course of my life I've been up and down with, or I've struggled with, or I needed to learn and grow and develop in those areas in a way that challenged me, that challenged the bigger parts of my life. So right now they're very important. A partner who I match with has to have those things at the forefront. And, you know, my partner right now for Christmas, one of the things he got me for Christmas is a cookbook with delicious recipes that leave out the ingredients that I don't regularly eat. Because I make it very clear that I want to eat healthy ways. You know, I want to eat nutritional foods that have me high energy and doing what I need to do. and he's on board with that journey to good health. If he were not, we would not be compatible, right? Because the day-to-day would be too difficult. So we also engage in open conversations about money and our future fiduciary goals and dreams. Very important. It's core value alignment. So how do you create that with somebody where there's an understanding that our priorities, our core values, those things that are important to us are equally as important to each other, or that the other person or we can understand why that person holds that core value and also support them with it, even if we don't necessarily hold that core value. In order to be able to utilize the tool I'm about to teach, and I'm in the search for a mate or in a relationship that is currently not working, or whether or not I'm in the search for a mate or in a relationship that's currently not working, there's something that I first have to do. So in order to go on this journey, what do you think is the first thing that I must do in order to go down this journey of core value alignment? Who wants to come on and talk about what they think is the first step to core value alignment?
You have to know what yours is.
You have to, who is that just came on?
It's sweetness.
Sweetness, yes. You have to know what your core values are, right? You have to have core value clarity, right? So there are things that we could just rattle off the top of our head and say, oh, this thing, that thing, the other thing. But how often do we let ourselves really get present to our core value alignment so that we can actually practice it and be expressive around it, right? So we're going to do an exercise today. And it's going to be all about core value alignment. Are we ready? Raise your hands, because I see a lot of people who are very quiet and off camera. Raise your digital hand if you're ready. Let me know, or type in the chat, ready. Say ready, so that we can do this, get into this exercise. Make sure you have your journals and your pens, that you're ready to go. All right, so let's get into this. We're going to get into it's a meditation, but it's an active meditation. So while I'm going to get you into a relaxed state, you're also still going to be coming in and out and working with your journal. All right, so the invitation is to get comfortable wherever you're seated, if you're not already. Go ahead and drop your shoulders down. If you're sitting at a desk or a table, or even if you're laying down in the bed, make sure your journal and your pen is next to you. I want you to take a deep breath in and let it out. Take another deep breath in and let it out. Even if you're live with us on Facebook, I want you to be doing this exercise, joining us in this exercise. All right, if you haven't already, go ahead and close your eyes down. Let everything relax. And I want you to start to imagine that there is just a nothingness all around you. Just clear everything as best you can. Sometimes it's hard because we're thinking about our week. We're thinking about, what we have to do, what we have done, all kinds of things rolling around in your mind. And I want you to just allow yourself this moment to just clear the space. Almost imagine as if you were just in an abyss, a white space. You're perfectly safe. You're not going to fall anywhere. Just there's nothing around you. You could be in the middle of a cloud. There's nothing that you can see right now. Just go ahead and clear everything as best you can. And I want you to imagine that you are moving through this space, the space of nothingness, the space of clarity, the space of an abyss, moving safely through it. And then I want you to imagine that you slowly start to descend very safely. You're descending very safely into a location. And the great thing about this location is that it is exactly whatever you want it to be, right? You are going to touch down, you're going to land, and you are going to choose what you land on. And so whether it's grass or sand or rich soil or a bed of flowers, whatever it is that you want to land on, the invitation is that you make it outdoor, external, and comfortable, something of your choosing. Just imagine that in your mind's eye, that you touch down and you land. And as you comfortably land, no pain whatsoever, it just feels good, almost as if you were flying. I want you to open your eyes. You don't have to open your eyes in reality, but in your mind's eye, and notice in front of you that there is a structure, a space. Notice it and build it. See it how you want to see it. Maybe it's a door. Maybe it's a door to your dream home. Whatever it is, it's yours. And it's where you want to be. It's exactly where you want to be. It's where you live. It's where you live in your mind and maybe in reality as well. So I want you to imagine it. I want you to see that door, that opening, that precipice, whatever it needs to be, an arch. Design it. We're being architects right now. Design it. Have it look exactly like you want. It doesn't have to be anything that you have a story about whether you can afford it or not or anything like that. Just exactly what you want it to be. Magic wand, no limits. And take it in. And as you're looking around at it and building it up and deciding what it looks like, I want you to come up with 4 words. And these 4 words are either descriptive words, so whether it's beautiful, stately, immense, or they're feeling words for how you feel when you look at this door, whether it's comforted, welcomed, whatever the feeling is when you look at this door. And I want you to allow yourself to be high vibrational around it, because it's all about what you want and what you want to experience. Nothing else matters. It's not about what happened before. It's not about what you don't want. It's not about any kind of pain. This is about everything I want, exactly how I want to feel. So describe what you want. When you describe what you want, what words do you use? Ornate, colorful, exciting, whatever they are. And what feelings do you feel? Elated, comforted, easy? And when you have 4 words that you know are a good solid 4 words, I want you to go ahead and open your eyes and write them in a list on your journal. Write those 4 words down. I'll give you a few moments to do that. And remember just to continue to breathe. As you write your 4 words down. And as you write your 4 words down, be welcome to also write them in the chat. Right? You can add them into the chat as well. Staying relaxed, continuing to breathe. Write them down on your journal and feel free to write them in the chat as well. All right, take another deep breath and let it out. And now we are entering the door, the opening, the precipice, the arch, whatever it is. We are entering, we're going in, and now we're in the entryway. And what does that look like for you? When you look around as you build it around you, do you see artifacts from your travels? What do you see when you're looking around? Do you see items that you just shopped for and they were your favorite? Do you see gifts that you've been given? Is there a mirror? Maybe for you, your entryway is still outdoors. And so are there palm trees around? Like, what is it when you go into the entryway of the front opening of this place that is your place, this place where you live? As Vero says, sunflowers, lavender, sunrise, sunset. That's beautiful, but describe them. So you're building the things, but how do you describe those things? The sunflowers, the lavender, are they beautiful? Are they fragrant? Are they, what's the description? How do you feel when you're looking at them? Do you feel peaceful? Do you feel honored? Sometimes when I see in Mother Nature like beautiful flowers and things like that, I feel the honoring of being human, the fact that I can be here on this earth and witness such beautiful things. So think in terms of, yes, we're building the things, but the things aren't the words. It's how I feel about the things and how I describe the things. Right? So I want you to come up with 4 words for your entryway. How do you describe it? And how do you feel about it? So when I look at the sunflowers and the lavender, I describe them as fulfilling, honoring, beautiful, whatever works for you. And the feeling that I feel is special, important, abundant, whatever rings true for you. Write those 4 words down on your list. Also, feel free to share them in the chat. So you should have, when we're complete with this, 8 words so far, when you're complete with the entryway. I'll give you a few moments to see it. As you continue to breathe, see it all around, write your 4 words down. And feel free to add them in the chat as well. And as we continue, we're going to continue to move through the space. We're going to go into the living room. I love it, Vero. Welcoming, enough, safe, and love. That's beautiful, Vero. So now we're going to move into the living room, and we get to do the same thing. It's all about what you desire. It's all about what you want to experience deep down in your heart when you walk into your dream living room, your ideal place, this place that you love, right? And when you walk into this living room and you look around, what do you see? Build it up around you. Is it comfortable? Are there like big fluffy sofas? Is it like a meditation room? Are there mats on the floor, candles around? Is there scent in the air? Build all that up around. And as you're building it, develop your words around it. So how do you describe it? How do you describe the things in the space? And how do you feel when you're looking around at these things? When you're taking these things in? How does it make you feel? You can even say, I feel home. I feel myself. I feel exhilarated. I feel comforted, whatever it might be, as long as it's true to you. Right? So come up with 4 words that either describe what you see or how you feel as you're building it up in your imagination. Also, feel free to share those words in the chat as well. And continue to be conscious of your breath and conscious of relaxation. All right. And we're going to continue to move through the space. We still have a few areas to get to. The next space is the kitchen or the gathering space. Right? And by kitchen, I don't want to limit that, because kitchen can be anywhere food can be prepared and what that ideally looks like for you. Right? Some people want a state-of-the-art range, with the wolf and the burners and the, chef's kitchen. And some people want simplicity. They might want a stone oven or, whatever it might be. A iron pot, whatever you see, wherever you see it, it's all yours. It's all yours to decide. It's all yours to create. So as you're creating it in your mind, and there might even be food cooking, There might be people that you love that are in the space. This is the gathering space. It might be attached to a nice big seating area. And everybody you love, everybody you want to spend time with might be there with you. So go ahead and create that all around you. Create it in full color. See it as best you can. Don't put any pressure on yourself. If you find yourself struggling with it, just relax and breathe. And know that there's nothing that you have to do to have it in your imagination, but allow yourself to see it. And as you're building it up, I want you to come up with 4 more words. 4 more words to describe what you see or your feelings about what you see. So if you put some loved ones in there, you might feel loved or love. You might feel closeness. You might feel entertaining. Whatever it is that you feel, whatever it is that is true for you, whatever resonates with you. And what's around you, the food might be all laid out there, if that's what you've chosen. And when you look at that food, you might describe that food as luscious, delicious, inviting. How do you describe it? So 4 words that are descriptive or feeling words. Write them, continue to write them on the list. So by now you should have 16 words. And we're going to continue to move through. Now we're going to go to whatever might be considered the backyard space, the back of this dream place that you live. Whatever is the exterior in the back, however you want to build that up. For some people, that's a big green lawn. If you have kids, you might have, swing sets and structures for them to play on, or, maybe a sand pit or something like that. For others, the back of the house is a lake or the beach. Whatever it is you want, right? You might be living up the side of a mountain, and so maybe you have a little bit of a valley in your backyard. See it, build it up, let it be whatever you want it to be. So for some of us, maybe there's a tea garden where there's flowers everywhere, maybe an orange tree, and you get to sit and have your tea in the afternoon. Whatever it is, make it exactly what's right for you. And breathe into it. And come up with 4 words. 4 words to describe what you're seeing or how you're feeling when you're seeing these things. Write down your 4 words. You should have a list of 20 words by now. It's okay if some of them repeat. Breathe into it. Feel free to add them to the chat as well. I'm gonna look and see what I can see on the chat. I see some good ones from Maury, Sunrise, Sense of Jasmine, Gardenia, Sanctuary, Peace and Peace. Peace and Peace. I love that. That's from Maury on Facebook. Awesome. Protected, safe, sexy, satisfied, beautiful. From Teresa, beautiful, covered, warm, accomplished, personalized. These are beautiful words. Happy, appreciative, safe, and serving from Amari from Facebook. CZ, loving, comforting, supporting, nurturing. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. All right, we have one more place to go in this dream home, this dream space of yours. We got to go to the bedroom. We get to build up the bedroom. Right? Oh, I see Shauna Lee, childlike, happy, and calm. That's beautiful, Shauna Lee. So we're going to this bedroom, and this bedroom is signature you. It has everything that you want in it, including your partner. Everything that you desire is there, and it represents you in every way. Everything that you like, what you like to look at, the colors you enjoy, whatever makes you feel the most relaxed, because it is your bedroom. Whatever it is that has you have the best possible sleep is in this room. Whatever it is that has you have the highest level of comfort and safety, and comfort and safety might be how you describe it. Whatever it is that has you at your best, it's your rejuvenation spot. It is your structural womb, right? You get to return back to where you get that emotional nutrition and rejuvenation, regeneration. You know, when we sleep, we regenerate, we re-energize. And so everything in this room is meant to do that for you. So as you're building it up, put all of those things in this room, right? See them there, see them all around you. And this time you're just going to come up with 5 words, right? Adam, raw, sticky, colorful, and sweaty. I love it, Adam. That works. Descriptive, descriptive words for what you see or how you're feeling when you're in this space. All right, 5 words. Take a deep breath as you're doing it. Continue to allow relaxation. And as you write your 5 words, feel free to add them to the chat as well. And so now you should have a list of 25 words. Some might be repeats, and that's okay. Who would like to come on and read their list? Who wants to volunteer to come on and read their list? I know it can feel like it's a very intimate, personal, private thing, but just know that whatever your descriptive and feeling words are, they're going to mean something to everybody that's different than what they mean to you. So if you're concerned about the judgment, if someone knows your words or anything like that, just know that we're listening for how it lands on us. Shanali says vulnerable, sacred space, rejuvenate. That's beautiful, Shanali. Clean. I love that, Laura. Woman after my own heart. So who wants to come on and read their list of 25 words? And we'll do it with velocity. We're not going to go deep into each of the words that you chose. But who would like to be the example? Who feels good about their words? Who wants to manifest their words? I see Catherine has her hand raised. Go ahead, Catherine.
So in the bedroom, the words I came up with was.
Well, Catherine, I want to stop you for a second because I just want you to go through the list of 25. You're just going to read them all off from the top to the bottom.
Oh, all of them?
Yep. Read them all.
Okay, let me see.
You should have 25 listed, right?
Well, so you know what I did while you were when you sent us to the journal, I was writing down what I wanted in my space. So let me just look. So supported, loved, satisfied, worthy, grateful, gorgeous, impressive, beautiful, and fat. You know what fat means, right? Inviting, comfortable, at peace, relaxed, exciting, and sexy, loving, centered, happy, and grateful again.
I'm grateful again.
Yeah, delightful and available. If available is it's a feeling, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
So now
Yeah.
I counted 22 words. So you're missing 3 words.
Ready, equipped.
And one more.
That's what I have.
So I have 24 words. You don't have one more?
So you wrote down at peace and relax.
I
I did
did.
exciting.
Exciting. Okay, perfect.
Okay.
All right, so it is 7:56 right now. I know a lot of people are going to have to go at 8 o'clock. And what I want to invite you to do, if you do have to go, come back and watch the replay so that you can get the second half of this exercise. Because now you're set up. You're set up for the completion of it, but we're not going to be able to complete it before you have to go. So come back later. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you for being here. John Carl, is there anything else that we have to share with people who have to leave?
I'm sorry, I missed that. I'm placing your contact in the chat and your love offering and a special offer in the chat. What was the question you asked just now?
That was the question. If there was
Oh,
anything
okay.
else, if there was anything else we needed to share with people who have to leave, I just wanted to make sure that I covered whatever.
Yes, your contact is in the chat, and they can also come back to Facebook to see the continuation of the session.
Got it.
Where,
Yes,
where if they have any questions, you can answer and respond and interact with them in the Facebook group.
absolutely. Absolutely. And also, if you come back later, you can complete the exercise because we're right smack in the middle of it. All right. So for everybody who has stayed, let's continue this exercise. So Catherine, I'm working with you, my sweetheart. We got your 25 words, and I want everybody to work along with us. Okay? So work along with us. I want you to go through and eliminate 3 words. And they could be words that you repeated, like just, you're eliminating them not because they're not important to you, but just because, when compared to the other words, it's okay. You could cross them out because maybe you have other words that mean the same thing.
So equipped is one.
Okay.
I could check off impressive if
Okay.
I'm doing that reluctantly.
Yeah, that's perfect. You're supposed to be.
Oh, okay. And then worthy, and then worthy.
Been worthy. Okay. So now we're going to go a few rounds of elimination. So I'm going to have you just do the elimination, and we're not, because I don't want you to have too much analysis paralysis or thinking about it, right? I'm just going to
Yes.
give the criteria for elimination, and you're just going to cross off those words. Now, here's the thing for everybody doing the exercise, don't feel so attached to any one of these words that it stops you from being able to complete the process. And you'll understand why at the end. It's okay to feel trepidatious because it's almost like, yeah, I put that there because it's important to me. I want it. But if it's something that you feel too attached to cross out, then that just means cross out something else that you don't have that same level of energy around. Because this time, in this round, we're going to cross out 7 words.
Okay, so fat is one.
Okay. You don't have to go through each one as you're crossing them out, Catherine. Just go ahead and cross them out, and then
Okay.
So yeah, 7 words that just don't have the same level of energy as the others. Doesn't mean that you're eliminating them from your life.
Right.
Doesn't mean you'll never be able to experience them. They just don't have that same level of energy. So cross out 7 words. And let me know, Catherine, when you have all 7. Everybody else following along, feel free to put in the chat when you have all 7. And feel free to type in the chat your experience of eliminating these words. Those of you in Facebook as well. All right, how we doing, Catherine? You have your 7 yet?
I believe I do.
Okay. All right, take a deep breath and let it out. And now I want you to go through and eliminate 5 words. Ruthless. Just be ruthless about it. 5 words. Just go ahead and cross them out. Pay attention to the story you're telling yourself about it. And go ahead and allow yourself to
You
release.
asking so much of me.
That's good because I know you're up for it. I know you are up for it because you raised your hand.
No, I didn't know what the other side of my hand was.
But that's
All
it.
right.
You raised your hand and you didn't know even what was coming. So you're up for it.
Okay,
Right?
okay.
That took some bravery. You didn't know what we were going to do.
Okay.
Yeah. So 5 words. You have your 5 words?
I believe I do.
All right, so you should have 10 words left, right? You have 10 words left? Also, too, it does help, when I say write them in a list, that's what helps with this process. If you have them all written down in a list, that also helps logistically. Like if you feel like you have to find them,
Right. So
makes it
that
a little
that
more
was that
challenging.
was the case. So I see 10.
Okay. So now those 10 that you see, I want you to eliminate 7.
We used to be friends, you and I.
Well, I declare that we still are very much so, even more so friends now. So eliminate 7, and you should, after you eliminate those 7, should have 3 words left. 3 words. And everybody else, hopefully you're following along. Any words that don't necessarily fit the criteria. So if you have any words that are, the actual elements that you built up in your atmosphere, like anything that's like, I think I forget who had put sunflowers, which sunflowers are great as what you put as an element, but the by design is that it was a description of how you feel or a description of the sunflowers. So if like a word like sunflowers or a description of the things, meaning like calling out the name of the things are part of your words, those are good words to eliminate too. That makes it a little easier. Doesn't mean that you'll
Okay.
never.
Okay, so I should only have 3 words left, you say?
3 words left. And what are your 3 words?
I'm looking at grateful,
Mm-hmm.
relaxed,
Okay.
and gorgeous.
Ooh, I love that. Grateful, relaxed, and gorgeous.
Yeah.
Okay.
You made a mess of my paper.
I did. I made a mess of
Yes,
your
you
paper?
did.
Okay. All right, Catherine, if you say so.
I say so.
You said it was grateful, relaxed, and gorgeous. So let's talk about grateful. Talk about in the what are the ways in which you actively align with grateful in your life personally.
Oh no, that's what I am.
Got it. So how do you know that? What is it that you do? What is it that makes you
How do I know that I'm grateful? Because I'm still breathing and I'm pushing forward in spite.
got it? So
Because yes.
got you. So pushing forward because of or in spite of, that's one of the ways you align, right? What's another way that you actively align with grateful?
Actively. Extending myself to other people.
Okay, that's beautiful. Are there any other ways that you can think of?
That I align. Receiving.
Mm,
Receiving
yeah,
from others.
yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then you said grateful, relaxed, and gorgeous. So what ways do you actively align with relaxed?
That's when I'm happiest. When
When
I'm relaxed, when I'm calm and not fretting.
Yeah. So having yourself be calm and not fret. What are some other ways that you align with relaxed?
um, Comfortable.
What, you get yourself comfortable?
Well, yeah, relax. I align with relax. I think that I think that life for me is relaxed.
Life for you is relaxed. I love that. I love that you speak those words. Is that how you create relaxed? Is by speaking it?
Oh no, I have to work on that. Yeah. I have to, like, this morning I had to make tea. I had to do the rub essential oils. No, I have to work on relax for me.
Got it.
So yes, no,
So how,
that's my job. Yes.
got it. So how you align with relaxed is by rubbing oils and teas and things. What about if there's conflict and something that would cause anxiety comes up? How do you align with relaxed?
I have to pull out my tools, of course.
Okay,
Yeah,
like what?
conflict. Yeah. Yeah, I have to pull out my tools. So when we did our deep breathing and we
Mhm.
went to a place that was really nice, the safe place, I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed that, and I was listening to your words. I was hanging on to your words actually to get to a place because I had I had nightmares last night. So I was longing to get to that place that you were creating in the cloud where I didn't have to worry about falling or anything harming me, and I was safe. So yeah.
Okay. And what about gorgeous? What are some ways that you actively align with gorgeous?
I don't know the answer to that. So that word was attached to when you first go through the door where
Mhm.
I had people, unsung heroes, hanging on my wall and
Mm.
in beautiful frames with
Yeah.
different sayings. So that's where that word came from. So gorgeous. I I, I like to look at gorgeous things. My eye is attracted to gorgeous things.
Yeah. And do you surround yourself with gorgeous things?
I think I do. I think I do.
Yeah, awesome. Awesome. Ashe. So this conversation is about being present to how I align to what I say is important to me. Right? So what we came up with those three words, and the reason that I had you go through that whole process of elimination is that I wanted you to come to three words that really mean something to you. Three words that really are important to you right now, right? Because it's when we're living in alignment with who we say we are, what we declare for ourselves, what we declare we want to experience. It's when we're present to that alignment and living into it that we get to attract that in other people, that we get to actually live in a way that supports our vibration to attract that in other people, right? And core value alignment is what supports sustainability in relationships. When you're developing a new relationship, you want to be looking for core value alignment. When you're in a relationship, you want to be looking for core value alignment. Now, that doesn't mean set it up like a criteria where you immediately negate a person who doesn't show up with it the way you do. But this is how we relate with each other, is by sharing what's important to us, sharing what we're committed to. If I'm committed to grateful, relaxed, and gorgeous, that's what I'm living, that's what I'm embodying, that's what I'm focusing on as I am moving through a relationship and getting to know someone. That's what I'm aligning with, that's what I'm standing for, right? That's how someone gets to know me and what's important to me. Oftentimes we think that it's, oh, I'm being vulnerable because I'm crying in front of you, or I'm being vulnerable because I'm, telling you how hard my day was, or, I need somebody who's going to deal with me when I got problems. But what it is allowing yourself to be seen, allowing yourself to stand for what's important to you. So someone knows who you are, so that you can trust that that's what they love you for. And you can do the same for them as well. So I want you to take a moment, Catherine, take a deep breath, and just make up a partner. Like he already exists. I'm assuming that your partner's gender would be he. I don't want to misgender him. You can tell me if I'm wrong. What would be the gender of your ideal partner?
No, they have a penis.
He
Yes.
has a penis.
Oh yeah, yeah.
All right, so give him a name. What's his name?
Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe. Okay. We call him Zim for short.
No, we don't. We do
You
not
don't?
shorten his name. No.
Oh, okay. So we're very formal with Zimbabwe. I think that's beautiful. So how does Zimbabwe align with grateful for you?
Oh, like soon as he wakes up, he makes sure everything is okay with me.
He makes sure everything is okay with you.
Absolutely.
That,
Yeah.
so that's how he aligns with grateful, or is that how he aligns with
Yeah, because yes,
conservative?
that's how he aligns with grateful, because he's extremely grateful that I'm in his life. So he makes sure I'm okay. I'm okay.
Okay, so how does he, okay, I like how you did that. So how does he align with grateful for you? If you're aligned with grateful, how does Zimbabwe factor into that? How are you expressed in grateful with Zimbabwe?
I don't think I know what you mean. Like,
So your core value is grateful, right?
yes.
So with Zimbabwe in this partnership, this ideal partnership that you want, how are you aligned with grateful in this partnership? How does this person support that? And how are you aligned with it? What are you generating when it comes to grateful, your core value?
Well, I'm thinking that him in my space, him and I sharing space, that I'm grateful because of my gratitude. He showed up, and he's present. Um, with
So,
his yeah, with him being peaceful to me.
and who are you? Who are you in the alignment of grateful with him? You want me to give you some prompt?
Yes, please.
So it could be just acknowledging the things that you like about him. It could be.
Oh, you mean I'm grateful that he's wealthy and healthy?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, I am.
But acknowledging it, because we're talking about relaying, right? We're talking about a relationship. So how do
Yes.
I align with grateful? How do I align with my core value with a partner? I'm expressive about the things that I feel grateful for about them. I let them know. Thank you for these things
Oh,
that
the
you've
other
done.
way.
Thank you for what you bring to my life. I appreciate the way that
Gotcha.
you wake up and look after me. I acknowledge you for being strong, being a provider, whatever it is.
Oh yeah. So what it is I'm tending to lean toward allowing my partners to be expressive, with
Mm.
no with knowing that, men tend to be more closed than I. With knowing that, then I create an atmosphere where he feels safe to be expressive.
Yeah, I love that. Creating an atmosphere of safety to be expressive. However, what I want to invite you to consider is
Yes.
that men tend to be more closed. Remember, I said earlier how Coach Mika always says words create worlds, and she's so right with that. So men tend to be more closed. Those are the words I speak, those are the thoughts I believe, that's what I experience.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, so that's a
I got
separate
you.
note. But the idea here is how do I align with gratefulness in my relationship? And that onus is on me,
Okay.
right? So it's not my partner has to come grateful. But if I'm aligned with gratefulness, that's what I'm going to attract. That's what I'm going to match with. We often have this idea that it's this list of criteria that we got to put that person up against. And what it is me living in alignment with me, with the words that I speak. So
Okay.
relax. Right? Zimbabwe, how do I express relaxed with Zimbabwe? Who am I?
Um,
I'm relaxed in my core value of relaxed, aligned with myself. How do I be with Zimbabwe in that?
prayerful, taking things to meditation and prayer, and being comfortable with, um, relaxing in him, laying on him, and I don't know, washing his clothes. I don't know.
Well, one thing, if I can offer, one thing is how do I communicate? Right? So many of us, and I trust me, I'm somebody who will come out of a bag from way back. But so many of us, we get in an intimate relationship, and the longer we're together, we get to a point where it's like we just say whatever and however,
Oh, okay. Being
right?
not being sensitive and
Oh, no, not being sensitive, but aligning with relaxed in how I communicate. If I
okay.
communicate with a partner, an intimate partner, or even a
Oh,
family
right.
member, in a way that is uh, out of my core values, out of who I say I am,
Right.
right? That's what I get.
Yes,
I get out of who I say I am. If
I
I come
got you.
fighting out of a bag, but I'm saying that I'm aligned with relaxed, I'm saying that I'm relaxed, but I'm coming fighting out of a bag, I'm out of alignment, and that's what I'm going to get back.
I got you. I got you. I got that right. So, and that's one of the reasons why God gave me the name Sweetness, so that I don't, that I stay in alignment with what my name is. And now that I
Mm.
have core values and things that are important to me, which is peace and grace,
Yeah.
giving myself grace. So yeah, I feel you. I'm understanding. I'm understanding better now.
And sweetness itself is a core value, right?
I know that's what I'm saying. So you're
Yeah.
right. So if Zimbabwe and I are relaxed
Yeah.
in our space, then how does that show up through me um to even attract him to me? Wow. All
Yeah.
right, I'm getting ready for my man. Okay.
And so your last one is gorgeous, right? And this one
Yeah.
can be a little bit subjective because the slippery slope we don't want to walk down is that my compatibility is with how good you look. But you can still align with gorgeous. And gorgeous could be I look for the things about you that I appreciate physically, or I acknowledge those things, right?
Yeah, and I don't necessarily attach gorgeous with people. It
Okay.
was with the things, in the exercise. And
Yeah.
that was the word that was left. Yeah.
But here's the thing.
Okay.
You chose that word for a reason, so it doesn't necessarily have to be the person. It could be that the way that I align in my relationship with gorgeous is that we surround ourselves with beautiful things. Like we both appreciate art. We go places where we see things that we appreciate in that way, and we share that. We can share that. He's someone who can share that with me,
I
right? Or
got you.
I'm expressive about that with him.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would have said that if you didn't.
I appreciate that. I know you would have. But the whole idea here is what we want to walk away with is this sense that what we have control over is how we align with who we say we are. And
Right.
that's it. And we have to be willing to trust that. We have to be willing to trust that our alignment is what attracts, what we attract in that other person, right?
I was believing that, Candice.
You were believing that?
I was starting to believe that as I embraced who I said I am, and as I came to an understanding of who I want to be.
Yeah.
I was really believing that. It's like I'm not gonna attract a man that is anxious, and loud. That's not
It's not your style.
something that would not, go with me in this particular phase and season of my life. So I know
Yeah.
that it's important for me to present myself in a way that I will attract the man that is compatible, is the word I'll use.
Yeah.
Compatible to me, and that would
Aligned.
enhance,
Yeah.
align with who I am. So yeah, that is in my consciousness.
Absolutely. I love that. And now here's the caveat for everyone, because I know that I can feel the energy of, but what if he comes fighting out of a bag? What if my partner don't know how to act? What if I meet somebody and I'm being all of these things and they're not? So where focus goes and focus goes, energy flows, right? I don't give my energy to what is out of alignment with me. And it's a practice. Trust me. I'm not saying this from a place on high, like I have perfected every core value. But that is our practice in life, is to stop giving focus and energy on those things that don't align with us. I don't have to fight you. I don't have to make you be what I want you to be. I don't have to force you to align with what I want to align with. You either are or you aren't. And we have to start being okay with when they're not, right? Whether it's early on, it can be a little harder when it's later in a relationship, but that's what we want to start getting at peace with. If I am aligned with who I say I am, I have to trust that what I will bring to myself, what I will attract, what will be mirrored is my alignment with my word, me creating myself. Now, if you can't be with that, that's perfectly okay. You don't get my focus, energy, or attention. And it's perfectly okay. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing bad. You don't have to beat somebody up. I don't know if y'all remember in the beginning, I mentioned that last year I released a relationship with someone who I see as divine energy, but was out of alignment with my core values. And like I said, one of my core values is my health and fitness and my wealth. Two of my core values, I should say. And so with this person, they didn't respect sleep. They had a very what I call a young lifestyle because I'm about to be 51, which I don't think is old, but I need sleep. I need sleep in order to be able to take care of myself, to make sure that I'm eating right. This person wanted to live a life that was irresponsible with money. I'm at a place in my life right now where financial responsibility is very important. Right? Great person. Nothing against him. No hate whatsoever, but just out of alignment. And that's okay. And as soon as I said to the universe, I'm all right with letting it go. I'm all right. I don't feel a sense of lack. What's more important than anything else is my alignment with who I say I am. The moment I said that, who showed up? Mr. Alignment. The moment I said it and actively did it. So the encouragement here is to take the 3-word declaration that you've created. This is for everybody. Take that 3-word declaration that you've created and give yourself an opportunity to sit with your journal and sit with yourself around, how do I practice alignment with these things every day with myself, regardless of whether I have a partner or not? How am I showing up as these 3 things?
Candice,
Go ahead.
I just when I relocated down here to Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
And so sometimes, used to be when I go on vacation, I would, nobody knew me, so I dress how I want to dress.
Mm-hmm.
So when I first came down to Georgia, I would be walking around kind of tore up, right? Which is unacceptable for me in a mate, right? Like, so it wasn't until I felt like I was ready to even have a conversation with somebody. Because if somebody who would talk to me the way I look, I would automatically something's wrong with you if you have something to say to me while I'm looking like this. So what you just shared brought that to my attention, is as far as connecting it with the word gorgeous. You need to be looking presentable when you go out there, because that's something that I would expect from my mate.
Yeah, and I love that you pointed at that in particular, because that is your core. If gorgeous is your core value, yes, you're right. But if that's not your core value, if you're crunchy granola and you don't care about that sort of thing, you dress however you want to, and that's your alignment, then do that. That's the thing. A lot of us, we weren't given that opportunity to know that how we want to do it is okay. That we can do it the way we want to do it. We can create it how we want to create it. We can be who we want to be. And that's okay. Like, we don't have to fit into some dating rules. We don't have to, I did a dating profile class the other day. I think Sister Teresa is here. She participated in it. We don't have to fit into some parameters of what is the beauty standard. What are the right things to say? What is, what somebody else told me how you're supposed to act. What we have to do is just understand what's most important to us and align with it. And have our actions, our expressions, our ways of being align with what is most important for us to experience individually. And be okay with that it ain't gonna be for everybody, but you only need one. Because that one ideal person that is right for you, they're going to see that and they're going to see themselves in it. And that's it. It's a done deal. You got to be willing to stand for who you are and declare who you are and align with those core values. Does anybody have any questions? Any questions from the community? Everybody's very quiet today. Except for Sweetness, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for setting yourself up as the vessel for the community and allow.
No, I appreciate this conversation. Listen, to be open, I put in the chat, I'll have an open mind, an open heart, and a positive attitude. I believe it's been my experience that always invites more and more. And so, and really honestly, not just saying this, is like I've been practicing giving myself grace. From that recording that you gave me a while ago, I've been listening to it, and the more I give myself grace, the lighter and more peaceful I'm feeling, because I noticed that my mind chatter, was very judgmental toward myself. It was critical, being very critical toward myself. And so that needed to be released, because people are going to be that way with you. So why be that way with yourself? So I was been releasing that. So I think that this conversation is an on-time conversation. And I'm getting ready to travel to New York, and I've got this like really fabulous outfit that I'm going to be wearing. I'm serious. I don't even know. I wasn't sure what that infatuation was about, but now after this conversation, Zimbabwe is probably at the airport, right? I don't know if he's the pilot. I don't know if he's the pilot. I don't know, but I'm going to be in my fine duds. So
absolutely aligning with gorgeous.
Yes.
I love it. Thank you so much, Sweetness. I appreciate you. I love you so much. All right, so I believe that we are complete. I just want to say, just remember that core value clarity and alignment is just one practice from the list of holistic steps to creating a love life that loves you back. John Carl, if you could share that slide. So go, I think two more. If you could go two more ahead, John Carl. Oh, this is the thing, the statement I want everybody to walk away with. Core value alignment is what supports stability in a relationship. My willingness to be in relationship with myself, aligned with myself, and to be unapologetically who I am, right? And be okay with that and be confident in that. So go ahead, John Carl, you can advance. So these are the practices that are in my curriculum for the Love Life Leaders Club, as I read down before: relationship inventory, pattern identification, masterful forgiveness, core value clarity, which is what we worked on today, pussy work, and you see how I say it real hard, pussy work, and self-parenting, as Sweetness was just talking about, that self-parenting, and partnership practice, alchemizing singlehood, and the love letter. And so I want y'all this tool that we did today, I really want you to take the time to implement this tool. You can even apply it to friendships and familial relationships and others that require emotional intimacy, just being a stand for who you are. And that doesn't mean fighting anybody, it means living it, expressing it, being fully self-expressed around it. And you will find that your relationships become more intimately connected, and those relationships that are out of alignment with you will fall away. You don't have to chess piece people in and out of your life. Those who can't be with it, it's okay. When we're aligned with ourselves, it's okay if someone can't be with it. And so my offer, if no one has any questions, I'll give another moment, because sometimes people want to say something back. We're good. Okay, so the Love Life Leaders Club is my 1 year membership. 1 year membership. The price of the 1 year membership is $45.99, but This is the woo space. So you know I got y'all woo. I'm taking $25.99 off the price of the 1-year membership. And what it is a community of mostly BIPOC people who are looking to create a love life that loves them back. And so I take everyone throughout the year. We go through the practical steps. We're going to be teaching a new module every month. Come on live with group coaching, much like how we do facilitation in Woo. But I'll be facilitating once a month. There will be guest speakers that come in. I have people for each module who come in, and we'll also have group workshops and accountability for the curriculum, and the curriculum will be available digitally along with the live group sessions, the live facilitations. So Woo Space with the promo code, which is an automatic promo code, Woo23, has it at only $167 a month for the year. That's $25.99 off of the price of it. I think it comes to about $2,000, but it's the whole year. It's $167 a month subscription. And because you're in the Woo space, after the year is over, you have lifetime membership. You won't have lifetime access to the digital curriculum. You'd have to re-register for that, but you'll have lifetime membership in the group. So 60% off just for my Woo folks. If you want to, the link is there, CandiceHarperLoveCoach.com/the-LLC. The Love Life Leaders Club, if you want to look at the page and get more information. And that's that, John Carl, thank you. And my contact information as well, if you're interested. I also have other offers. I do my Healthy, Wealthy Flow hypnosis and obviously one-on-one coaching. So here's my contact info. Phone number and social media. I'm at Candy Love Coach on Instagram, but I've also been active on TikTok, y'all. And I'm at Candy Love Coach on TikTok as well. So that's another good, I just thought of that. Sorry, team. I probably should have gave y'all a heads up. But you can look for me at Candy Love Coach on Instagram and TikTok. And my website is CandiceHarperLoveCoach.com. Or you can go to the EpicHealingCircle.com. You'll go to the same website. And love offerings and donations. So you know, I believe that Coach Shani says, money, my own natural energy yield. If you got value from this session, please show your appreciation. Acknowledge that you got value from this session. Value for value. That's how we keep our abundance flowing, that cycle of abundance, my own natural energy yield. The code for today is 756CH. And the Cash App is $Spirit of a Woman. And then I know that probably everyone here today is a regular in the community. So do yourself a favor and set up automation. That's one of those things I mentioned earlier about financial acumen being a core value of mine right now. I'm reading this great book. He talks about automation and how important that is. So once we set aside and figure out our budgets, figure out what we value, what's important to us, putting our money towards those things that grow us and love us, setting up automation is a perfect way to have it be just hands-free and keep the cycle going, right? Having just an automated way to show your appreciation and your honoring. You show up every day, you give value every day. And that's what this community is all about, is that consistent showing up and giving each other value. So you can take any of these 4 options, 25, 50, 75, or 100 a month, and you can see the bit.ly links. Woo, love, 25, 50, 75, or 100, whichever one that you choose. I recommend doing it. I'm putting everything that I subscribe to on automation. And coming up, my girls, tomorrow is my sister Martine Lissa Malivers, and she's doing What Are Your 7 Pillars Part 1. I am going to do my best to show up for that. My Martine, my sweet love. And then on Tuesday is sister Jamie Monet, and she's doing Tools Are Us Toolbox Tuesday. So definitely you want to be there for both of those facilitations. 2 fantastic, fabulous women who I love and miss so very much. And so definitely attend. And I'm complete. Go ahead, John Carl.
Thank you so much, Candice. And for the new members, we welcome you. Welcome to the Woo Nation. If you are new, we ask for you to post that in the chat. Share with us whether you're here on Zoom or you're with us on Facebook. Just share that you're new and let our community welcome you with love. We here is a community. We are a community. Here is a community where we come to learn, elevate, and ascend. We thank you so much for joining us. And keep coming back. Don't just let it be a one-time hitter quitter. We ask for you to come back. And let's see. And our schedule for you newbies, we are here 5 days a week, streaming live on Facebook, Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from 7 to 8:30 a.m., Mondays and Wednesdays from 7 to 7:30. And you can always go back to our Facebook to watch any replays that you may have missed. We have a vault filled with information like this. And if you never want to miss a live session where you can interact, as you saw Catherine Sweetness today interact with Candice and get so much value from that coaching, you can text the word Woo Nation to the number 74121. This is so you can get your Woo alerts and never miss a live session. Woo Nation to 74121. And we ask that you visit our swag store, bit.ly/Woo Swag. Support our swag, our community by wearing our swag. You can get headbands, t-shirts, sweatshirts, mugs, water bottles, journals, notebooks, tote bags, several items to choose from. Go to bit.ly/Woo Swag today. And here we want to thank you and offer you a few other ways you can stay in touch. You can register with our community, bit.ly/Wake Up Movement. You can find us on Facebook in our private group at bit.ly/Woo Community and our public group at bit.ly/Woo Nation. We're on Instagram at Wake Up Everybody Virtual, on YouTube at bit.ly/Woo on YouTube, or you can email us info.wakeupseries@gmail.com. Thank you everyone for being with us. Here's your chance to come off mute and shower our presenter today, Candice, with love. Thank you so much, Candice. This was so beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you, Candice. Thank you.
Thank you,
Candice. Great
Candice,
seeing
for
you,
this great presentation.
Coach.
Beautiful
And
session.
I just want to say, let's move forward,
Thank
everyone,
you,
and have a
beautiful.
blessed day.
Appreciate you.
Let's
Love
continue
you,
to
love
live
you,
our
love you,
passionate,
love you.
have control over your own pleasure, and everything will fall into place.
I need you front and center tomorrow, Coach. It's such alignment. I can't even begin to tell you.
I hear you, sister. I'm gonna do my best to be front and center. If not on Facebook, I'm gonna do my best to be on Zoom.
Okay, thank you. I'm glad I woke myself up for at least the last half hour.
Go back and watch the replay.
I definitely will. I'm waiting for it. This is the next thing I'm doing on this morning.
All right. I love you.
Love you more.
Love my whole family. Love y'all.